Hello, this is a demonstration of how to add interactivity to your ASP.NET page using a drop-down list. In this example, we are going to add a drop-down list and an image, and what we want to happen is when our user selects an item from the drop-down list, the image will change to reflect what is indicated in the drop-down list. First things first, let's add a drop-down list. Drag and drop that from your toolbox. We want to edit the items, so you just select the edit items from the little flyout menu. Let's add 3 items here. Go back to the first one. What we're going to use are some guitars. So here we have a picture of an electric guitar. Let's select the image address, put that in the value, and in the text we want the phrase electric guitar. Select our second item, and here let's select an acoustic guitar. Put that in the text, and then in the value we want the image URL, and then finally we want to modify the last item, and in here we are just going to let's find another guitar to use. How about this pretty classical guitar? Copy image address, call it classical guitar, paste in the image URL. OK, select that. So that takes care of identifying the items that are in our drop-down list. One very important feature is if you want your page to reflect immediately changes or selections that are made in your drop-down list, then you need to select what's called an enable auto postback in that drop-down menu, because that'll essentially go back to the server and identify if any changes have been made, and if they are, then run some bit of code, and that's the code that we are going to add in 1 minute after we add the image. By dragging and dropping an image, and here we just want to get that image below the drop-down list. Okay, so this is where we will not set the image URL at design time. We want to set the image URL at runtime when the user is interacting with the application. So to get to the event handler for the drop-down list, we simply double-click on the drop-down list. And what do we want to happen? What is the output? What is the outcome that we want to happen? Well, we want the image called image1.image URL to be equal to the drop-down list 1 dot selected item dot value, and that's value is where we stored the image URL. So as long as we save that, go back to our ASPX page and run this in the local web browser. So now we have the application up in our local web browser, and I know it's hard to see my drop-down list. That's CSS styling gone wrong here. But basically we have 3 items in our drop-down list: electric, acoustic, and classical guitar, and when I select any one of those, the image will dynamically change based on the image I selected. So that's a quick example on how to add interactivity to your page with a drop-down list event handler.